Hi guys, this is Rosianna here. Welcome to Doctor Who reaction video number 1 on TARDIS-tacular. It's 3rd of May, Saturday 3rd of May. The Poison Sky aired, do my maths, about 3 hours and 40 minutes ago. I was apprehensive about this episode, I must admit. Caesar was written by Helen Raynor, who wrote the Daleks in Manhattan script, which was perhaps the most appalling piece of television in the world had it not been for David Tennant carrying that whole episode. That was a bad two-parter. So I was really worried because I didn't know much about the Sontarans. I have watched, as I said somewhere in the comments, I have watched some classic Who, but I haven't watched anything from like start to finish. I don't pretend to know comprehensively about classic Who. So I didn't know about them, I didn't know who they were, but I thought, well, they're bringing back a classic monster and she could absolutely wreck that. So I think they did really well. I think also looking at the classic clips on Confidential and things like that, the makeup the prosthetics I think are incredible. I always sit there and think, wow. I mean, sometimes they're questionable, but when you think about what they can do now compared to what they did back then, it's just, whoa, it's amazing. Like, they look like they still retain that potato-y quality, but I think they're cool. I like them. I like the Sontarans. I'm actually going to start this episode with something that happened at the very end, which is when you see the Doctor in the position of having to, you know, almost pressing that button, almost kind of destroying the whole Sontaran. I thought that was really interesting because it kept, I think, everyone thinking afterwards about whether or not he would have blown them up the sky. Because, I mean, obviously it's not the first time he's been put in this position. Hello, Time or anyone. And I think it's very honest that, you know, just because he regenerated into the 10th Doctor however many seasons ago, it doesn't mean that he still doesn't feel kind of profound grief for his planet that he felt when he was the 9th Doctor. You know, he still was faced with those kinds of decisions all the time. I can't imagine that he would be able to blow them all up, because he doesn't have that ruthlessness that he had, for example, just after he lost Rose or anything like that. Speaking of which, oh my gosh, Rose. Yeah! The anticipation for episode 11, it's just, I really want to see her. I want her to be in it again. I love her. But that bit where I think she says Doctor, although watching it back it does look a bit like Donna, but I didn't think she would know. Would she know who Donna was? I don't know. That was just reminded me of the Idiot's Lantern when she's stuck in the television and she's screaming, Doctor, Doctor. They know that we know that she's there. But actually, they probably, you know, they're probably guessing that some people like my mum, who I said, oh my god, Rose, and my mum's like, where? And just completely missed her entirely. Martha in this episode, I mean, I know she was a clone for like the whole thing, but she didn't really, like, she didn't bug me at the end, I don't think. I think it's because her independence is just striking. I think I loved her. Not loved her, not anywhere near as much as Rose, but I really, really liked her in like Smith and Jones and in Gridlock as well. Funny in Gridlock, but especially in Smith and Jones. It was like, she was different, she was independent, she was in control of her life, she was, but, you know, she had a certain amount of power and self-assurance which she lost, and she became very insecure and vulnerable when she was around the Doctor. But even as a clone you could tell that she had that, and I loved the moment with the 2 clones. I thought that was incredible. I mean, the opportunity to see someone who is exactly like you and who has experienced everything that you've experienced, well, not experienced, but is kind of aware of everything you've experienced. I thought that was a really great little bit of acting. To pity this artificial creature that's just been created for, you know, aiding a plan of death and destruction, I think that was pretty cool as well. There are some great one-liners in this episode. Back of the neck. I really like Wilf. Many people are saying, oh, the mum's too naggy, but I think it's a really great dynamic. I think it's great that, you know, the grandfather's like the supporting one and he's saying, come on, go on, girl, you do it. But I do really wish that a Doctor would just take him for like a ride among the stars. I think, you know, that's a really idyllic, romantic idea, especially when you consider the kind of things that Doctor gets up to, but just one perfect journey would be great, I think, for Wilf. I want Wilf to be happy. The thing about Donna, I mean, I do really like Donna. The thing about Donna is that she is self-assured up to a point, but I like that she's very different from Rose and Martha. She's brave in a different way, I feel. Like, I feel I felt Martha as well. It surprised me because I thought that one of them would kind of throw themselves into the teleport at the end with the Doctor and find some way to save him or bring him back or something. That was my theory in that little moment, that one of them would press the button and zap him back. I do like Donna. I know a lot of people don't. I'll probably go into this in more detail another time because I do realise that this is already long. Last thing that I have to talk about is the next time on Doctor Who, which was very exciting. I mean, firstly, Joe Dempsey, who plays Chris on Skins, is going to be in it, and that's not even the first thing that I thought. The first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, he has a daughter. I mean, and you know, obviously Susan had to come from somewhere, and we all know from that kind of drop comment in Fear Her that, you know, he was a dad once. But I don't know how they're going to do it. Is she going to be a time lady? What's going to happen? Or is she going to be like artificially created, or is she his real daughter, or I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be great, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that wraps up the first reaction video on TARDIS Tacular. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry that it was so long-winded. I am going to try and cut them down sometime. Comments, tell us what you thought. I'll leave video responses and stuff as well, and we'll probably come up with some specific format to work out whether or not, you know, it's just going to be one video from each of us a week, or whether we're going to do things in the week as well. Yeah, all depending on our very hectic schedules at the moment. Anyway, see ya. Allons-y, allons-y.